Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Grandmaison versus Goulder.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
Mr. Grandmaison, you say the defendant told you you were the father of her 9-month-old daughter, Mariah, only to take it back. You and your girlfriend are hoping today's results prove what you have always known. You are Mariah's father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Goulder, you admit you initially told Mr. Grandmaison that he was Mariah's father, but claim today's DNA results will reveal that he is not. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Grandmaison, you are positive you are Mariah's father?
Yes.
Explain.
I was there ever since she's been born, off and on for the past 9 months. I'm literally the only father that she knows of.
And she's 9 months old?
Yes.
And you say you've been there through the entire process?
Pretty much.
As a father would be? And you truly believe this is your little girl?
Yes, Your Honor.
Take me to the first time you saw Mariah.
She was about 2 months old. I was honestly happy and holding her. It felt incredible.
And so now you have a bond. I mean, I can see when you speak about her how earnestly you feel about this little girl.
I need to know the truth.
And those tears are because you're so fearful she is not?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Goulder, you say you're certain
Yes, Your Honor.
that he's not Mariah's biological father.
I know he is not her father, Your Honor.
And yet his testimony, how did we get here? I would first like to go back to how you all even met.
So I was on social media site and Mr. Grandmaison contacted it and was like, hey, you're cute. And we hit it off and then we agreed to meet. And it went really great. Everything was awesome.
And then what happened? How did it change?
So we moved in together, and about 3-4 months after living together, that's when stuff started going downhill because he wasn't able to get to work and we were just fighting all the time.
And that ultimately led to what?
Me meeting the other man.
And did
He
you
told
know
me-
she had met another man?
No,
No, I
You
did not.
kept it a secret.
Yes.
How long did you keep it a secret?
till after she told me that she was pregnant.
Yes.
Oh,
I didn't tell the other guy right away or him. And I was like, well, I'm gonna make up an excuse to go to the hospital to get it confirmed because I don't wanna freak people out if it's just a fluke. I go to the hospital, it gets confirmed, and I get back to the house and it's about 3-4 in the morning. And I walk up to the other guy and I'm like, I'm pregnant. And he goes, oh. And just stays frozen for about 30 minutes. And then later that day, Corey texted me and said, I'm done. I'm coming to get my stuff in a couple weeks. We're done. I was like, by the way, I'm pregnant. He goes, no, you're not. Ha, ha, ha. That's very funny. I was, you're really not. I'm like, yes, I am. And I sent a picture of the proof.
were you involved in the pregnancy? You found out?
I found out, yes, I was involved.
So you there through the whole pregnancy?
Off and on, yes.
And so, Ms. Goulder, if you know for certain he's not Mariah's biological father, why do you let him do all these things?
Because when I first found out I was pregnant, I was not certain at all. I honestly thought it was his child. And then it wasn't up until my first doctor's appointment that I started becoming more aware that it was more likely the other man's.
But
It
honestly,
included
you
him
could have
as
been
well.
pregnant before.
So, Mr. Grandmaison, you presented a calendar to the court because
Yes.
you feel like the conception window adds up to you being Mariah's biological father. Let's review that calendar, please. Mariah was born on December 12th. You say the window of conception would have been March 15th through the 21st. The question now becomes, when was the last time you and Ms. Goulder were intimate
The 17th
of
March.
which falls smack dab in the middle of the window of conception?
But
Most
you wore a
doctors will
condom
tell
for
you
it.
the most fertile days of conception are the 3rd and 4th days of your
Your Honor,
cycles.
may I ask a question? Why is she even here? She wasn't around during the time that me.
Doesn't
during this whole
matter. I'm here now
situation.
in his life, and if he is the father,
Well,
I'm gonna be in Mariah's life too.
She's here to support her boyfriend because it might be a game to you, but it's not one for him. He is very much attached to this little girl.
I see that.
And you can see that. Now, were you intimate with Mr. Grandmaison on March 17th?
Yes, I was, Your Honor.
You were.
Yes.
Which makes him a very real possibility.
Yes.
Now, I must ask, when were you intimate with this other guy, the guy you're convinced is Mariah's biological father?
On March 18th, 19th, and 20th, and 21st.
The day after I left.
Yes.
So the day after Mr. Grandmaison left, the 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st, you were intimate with the other guy.
Yes, I was.
That's too close to call.
Corey was wearing condoms, so I thought we were playing it
We've
safe.
never used condoms,
We
Kelly.
did. One
Once
time.
or twice.
And it was the time right before you left because I thought you were sleeping around playing
We've
it safe.
never used condoms,
We
Kelly.
did. And I didn't want to catch nothing.
Well, that sure went out the window on the 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Miss Goulder, I need to ask you this, and I need you to be honest. Do you really believe this other guy is Mariah's biological father, or is this just you manipulating him and his feelings because you feel like he was cheating on you?
At the time, yes.
Okay, so come on now, that's why I do this for a living.
At the time, or still continued?
There we go, that's the next question. So at the time, you were being manipulative.
Yeah, I
Because
was
you were
pissed off.
furious. So it started off as you being like, you know what? You don't want me, then you obviously don't want this baby. And so now, this baby ain't yours.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, I know. I've heard this one before. And so from there, you decided that it was the other guy's baby.
Yes.
But the real truth of the matter is, given the testimony from both of you, you truly can't know definitively, given the dates of the 17th and then the 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. And that's why you didn't have a problem with Mr. Grandmaison getting attached to the child, because there is a very real possibility that it could be
I believe
his baby.
I believe that my daughter is the other guy's because I've talked to his family.
Oh, believe. Believe. Let's
I
write that
know.
word down. Believe. Believe has no scientific basis. This assertion that you have come up with, that he is not Mariah's biological father, is not rooted in any scientific reasoning.
No, Your Honor.
It's just you deciding now he's not the dad.
The main reason that I believe that he is not the dad, and I know that he's not the dad in my heart, is because the dates don't add up. Like, I was told that my conception date was more likely the 20th of March, and that past weekend could have an impact.
Okay, but do you understand, though, there's only 3 days between the 17th and the 20th.
Yes, Your Honor.
That is such a tight window. So when's the last time you were intimate with Mr. Grandmaison?
About, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago?
Yes. Technically, me and Kelly aren't together. We were just...
We were trying to work on things.
So, Mr. Grandmaison, let me just ask you point blank. Who do you want to be with? Tell the truth.
One standing right beside me.
So you want to be with Miss Wilson?
Yes.
That's not what you were saying the other night.
That's funny. That's funny.
When
What
you were
happened the
all
other
drunk,
night, Miss Goulder?
He was all drunk, talking a bunch of stuff, saying, "Oh, I still love you. You remind me of the girl when we first got together." I was like, "Well, you're in a relationship with one of my best friends." "Oh, she doesn't have to know.
You're
She doesn't have to
funny.
know."
I was drunk.
You,
You're
well, you
drunk.
know what they say.
Drunk man's words are a sober man's truth.
You better go ahead and preach. A drunk man's words is a sober man's truth. Let me make this easier. I'm going to ask for the purpose of this hearing, and I realize you are here for support, Ms. Wilson, and I do value and appreciate that. But right now, I am dealing with two prospective parents, and I need the truth. I'm going to ask you to be seated, please, ma'am. And now that she is not clutching your hand, I can ask this question because I want a real answer, because this matters. Do you want to be in a relationship with Miss Goulder if things could be the way they were when you met? If you all could get back to the good place? Do you
Back
want
to the good place? Yes, but I know it probably won't happen.
And people do change.
And so, Miss Goulder, if Mr. Grandmaison is determined to be Mariah's biological father, and if not, do you want to try to develop and rekindle the relationship with Mr. Grandmaison so that you all can be a family?
That's all I've ever wanted in my life, is for my family to be together. If I could have my family be together and she could grow up knowing what it's like to have a mom and dad together, that'd be amazing.
And so you do want to make this work. You do really care about Mr. Grandmaison.
I do. He's a really great guy. He's an amazing dad. Her first word was dada.
And I can see that brings tears to your eyes.
It does.
Because this really does mean something to you.
It's not that I don't want him to be the dad, it's just I know that he's not. And it hurts.
But he's already said that he truly wants to be her legal father if he's not the biological
And he
father.
does. When I was up in
And
Cadillac,
if he's the biological father, he wants to be in your life. He wants to have a relationship.
and I'd be open to that. May I say something to Mr. Grandmaison?
As long as it's earnest.
It is. You are an amazing dad to our daughter. You're an amazing dad to your son. You're a great person. And we've had our fights, but I really would like to work on things with you. I do still love you. I really do.
Do you hear that, Mr. Grandmaison?
And she knows I still care for the old her.
And you care for the baby, and you love Mariah.
He really does.
Without doubt.
This courtroom has a way of getting down to the nitty-gritty.
Apparently.
Yeah.
The only thing left we need to get is the truth about the paternity. Jerome? These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Grandmaison versus Goulder, when it comes to 9-month-old Mariah, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Grandmaison, you are not the father. I'm very sorry. You are not her biological father.
Doesn't mean I can't be her father.
You're her daddy. You want a hug? Give me a hug.
You can stand over with Mr. Grandmaison if you like. And I appreciate you stepping outside of your comfort zone as well, Miss Goulder. So I was going to ask you if you two still wanted to try to make this work, but I can tell you do. Now, as you move forward, You all have some legalities to figure out.
Your girlfriend, ex-girlfriend.
Well, I think I resolved that.
Yeah.
But I will say this, there's no flip-flopping, Mr. Grandmaison, because just 10 minutes ago, you were holding hands with another woman who was standing in that exact same spot. But I will say I study body language and you got the double grip on Miss Goulder. Yeah, y'all missed that, huh? The judge catches those things. But I will say, listen, you all do have a desire to be together, and you have a very real desire to raise Mariah together. And we want to give you the most help we can to help you be able to do that. So that's why we have Dr. Jeff standing by, and we have counseling and resources for you to help you all figure out how to start. I wish you all the very, very best. Take care of that beautiful little girl. Court is adjourned.